Dirt on My Shirt. And there are a couple of poems in here. It's all poems, and there's a couple of poems that I thought were so fun. So here's the first one. It's called Dirt on My Shirt. And so I'm going to turn it so I can read it, but there's a picture right here of the guy with dirt on his shirt, okay? There's dirt on my shirt and leaves in my hair. There's mud on my boots, but I really don't care. Playing outside is so much fun, to breathe clean air and feel warm sun. To stomp in a puddle and climb a big tree makes me quite happy. Just look and you'll see. Does he look happy? Yeah, he likes playing outside in the mud and the dirt. And he said, there's dirt on my shirt and leaves in my hair. And today we're going to talk about leaves. There's one more poem in here that had something to do with leaves. So I'm going to scoot over to that one. Look at this pretty picture. You can tell they're going to talk about leaves, can't you? Look at all the leaves in there. Yeah, what else are they going to talk about? A skunk and a raccoon. What else are they going to talk about? Can you tell? A fox, yep. What else? Hi, come on in, everybody. Yeah. Birds, yep. It's going to talk about... You did? Oh, yeah, leaves are getting so pretty now. She said she found a leaf that was really pretty. So, okay, let's read this poem. It says, what do you see? And you guys already told me a whole bunch of things that you see in this picture. It says, what do you see when you look in the lake? A turtle, a tadpole, a fish, or a snake? What do you see when you look at the sky? A bird, or the moon, or a cloud passing by?
A frog.
Yeah, that's right.
A mouse.
What do you see when you, and we saw a mouse today, didn't we? What do you see when you look at the ground? An acorn, an ant, or a worm squirming around? What do you see when you look up a tree? Branches and leaves and a hive full of bees. And today, we're going to talk about leaves today. And I can show you a beehive when we leave. Did you see the one out there? I'll show it to you when we leave. So this is a book I found at Hy-Vee, and I'm going to read to you sometime. Yeah, that's right. So I'm going to read about some things to you every now and then. Hi, come on in. Okay. So let's do fresh fall leaves. And look at those pretty leaves. Aren't they pretty colors? And this is written by Betsy Franco. Okay, fresh fall leaves. Fresh fall leaves. Watching them fall. This is a little girl and a little boy who like to do stuff with leaves, and you can do the same thing. She's watching them fall, and he's collecting them all. I like to collect leaves. Have you ever collected pretty leaves?
No.
Crunching them with your feet. Have you ever done that, where they crunch, crunch, crunch? And running through them. And raking them into a pile, and then jumping in the pile. Have you ever done that before? Yeah. Making a fort. They made a big pile, didn't they? And having a leaf battle. Leaves are kind of hard to throw. They don't go very fast or very far. They don't go where you think they will. Covering someone. Look, he's almost covered up. And someone covering you. Leaping out and throwing leaves in the air. Fresh fall leaves. Pretty soon ours are going to turn those pretty, pretty colors. And I was going to show you, right now almost all of our leaves are green. Where's my book? Here's my book that tells us, the trees outside are almost all green leaves right now. I don't have a picture of a green tree right here. But do you know why they turn colors? I'm going to show you on this picture. It tells us what they do that turn colors. This book is called Why Leaves Change Their Colors, and it's an investigating book. So we're going to investigate. So here's a big green tree, right?
I know you.
You do. And it tells us that when we breathe in the air, go like that, and you breathe in, you know what your body needs? It's called oxygen. And when you breathe out, everybody go, okay. When you breathe in, you're getting lots of oxygen, and when you breathe out, you're breathing not oxygen out so much, you're mostly breathing out more of what a tree needs. So when the leaves on the tree are making food for the tree, they need what we breathe out, carbon dioxide. And you know what the tree gives us? It gives us fresh, clean oxygen. So the trees make our air so much cleaner. For a tree to grow and for a tree to turn colors and for a tree to make oxygen for us, it needs sunshine and water. Where does a tree get water?
From a plant when it rains.
When it rains, you bet. And under the tree are roots, and they suck that water up just like a straw up into those leaves. And the leaves take the sunshine and they mix it up with all the stuff that are in leaves, and out comes oxygen for us to breathe. So leaves make us healthier and stronger, and they make the air cleaner. We need lots of leaves. And then when it gets colder at night, after a few nights of really cold weather, look what color the leaves turn.
Red.
They turn lots of different colors. This one has red in it, and what other colors?
Yellow.
Yellow, yeah, they turn lots of colors. Because in a green leaf, there's some kind of special secret substance that turns them green and makes oxygen for us. But in the red leaves, they don't do that anymore. Okay, let's read a fun book. Chatty Chipmunks. Hi, kids, come on in, have a seat. We got room right here for you. So this is called Chatty Chipmunk's Nutty Day. See the chipmunk, and what's he carrying?
Nuts.
Nuts. Anybody know what kind of nuts those are? What kind of nuts are they? Acorns. Those are acorns. And do we have any acorns around in your yard or in my yard in Iowa? Have you ever seen an acorn? Acorns come out of oak trees, and there are bunches of them. At the Y are there acorns? Okay. So we'll look at them when we take our walk today. I bet we can find some acorns. This says Chatty Chipmunk's Nutty Day. Look at that chipmunk relaxing. He's just relaxing. He looks like he's had a nice day. Okay. Here is Chatty Chipmunk. There he is. Chatty likes to dig. He lives in his home in the ground. Here he is relaxing in his little hole in the ground. I have these kind of chipmunks who live in my backyard. You might have them in your backyard too. They dig holes. He lives near a pine tree. See the pine cone? We know that's a pine tree. And he likes to run and play. We see chipmunks running and playing all the time out here. I bet you do too. He likes to look for nuts to eat. Chitter, chitter, chatter, chatter. He says, I like to eat nuts. And there he sits by a pine cone. Chitty Chatty looks for nuts. He looks under the pine cone. He's not seeing the nuts he wants. No nuts here. He looks under the cherry tree. He sees lots of cherries, but he doesn't see any nuts. He wants to eat nuts. No nuts here. Look, he's got his hands on his hips. No nuts here. He looks under the oak tree. What's he going to find there? What does that look like? Acorns. Yep, under the oak tree. Chitter, chatter, chitter, chatter. Here are the nuts to eat, and he eats some of them. There he is munching away at a nut right there. He likes that nut. Now, where can I hide the other nuts? Should he hide them in the oak tree? He could. He's having a hard time fitting them all in, though, isn't he? He could put some in the oak tree. No, the squirrel will find them. See that squirrel? He's looking. He says, ooh, I'd like to eat that nut. I'm going to remember where he hid his nuts. I'm going to come back and get them. So should he hide them in the garden? You think he'd be safe there? Let's see. No, the rabbit will find them. Should he hide them in the grass? What do you think? No? Some people say yes, some people say no. Let's see. No, the bird will find them. Should he hide them near the house? Uh-oh. Is there someone who might bother him near the house? A cat's right there. No, the cat will find them. Where can Chatty Chipmunk hide his nuts? Let's see. You see, there's a kitty cat, isn't it? Yeah. Let's see.
He can see me.
He can hide them in his home near the pine tree. So he went down in his little hole and he's gonna hide his nuts in his house. Then they'll be right ready when he's ready for breakfast, won't they? He's ready for breakfast. I like nuts, he said. There's that little squirrel. Okay. So let's look at, I have a poem to read to you guys. Let's do this one. Pretend like these are 5 little squirrels. And if you put your arm across, your 5 little squirrels can sit on a branch. This is a branch. And here's your 5 little squirrels sitting in a tree. The first one said, "What do I see?" The second one said, "Some nuts on the ground." The third one said, "Those are nuts I found." The fourth one said, "I'll race you there." And the fifth one said, "All right, that's fair." So they shook their tails and they ran with glee to the nuts that lay at the foot of the tree. Hi, come on in. Yep, there's plenty of room right over here. You want to sit down right here maybe? Then you, oh, over there. Okay, that's good. All right, and so now let's look at, I'm going to need your help on this one. I'm going to need, who wants to hold a leaf for me? Anybody want to, would you stand up and hold a leaf? Okay, you stand and hold that one. And stand right here and look at your mommy and daddy. Okay, you want to hold the orange one?
Yeah.
Okay, stand right here. Come here, I got one for you. Come here, sweetie pie. Here's a brown one for you. You stand right here, okay? A yellow one for you. You stand right here. Does he want to hold one? Do you want to hold one? Okay, we'll do another one and you hold it, okay? Would you, come here, sweetheart. Hold the leaf right here. Can you do that? We'll do this again and everybody can have a chance. Do you want to come hold it? Stand right by this little girl and hold your red leaf. Now you guys are going to have to listen. We'll do it again, okay? So you're going to have to hold your leaf and turn around and look at Grandma and Grandpa. And so, okay, you ready to listen to the poem? And do what it says. 5 fall leaves hanging from a tree. Hold your leaf up like you're a branch on a tree. Hold your leaf up. 5 fall leaves hanging from a tree. One will fall last. Which one will it be? Red fell first. Can you drop your leaf down? Just drop it. You go ahead and drop it. There you go. One fell first, spinning to the ground. Yellow fell fast, zigzagging down. Drop your yellow leaf. Good. Green fell next. Drop green. Okay. With a graceful flight, orange twirled. Can you pick orange up for me? Yeah, that's good. Okay, hold orange up nice and high. Drop orange, twirled around. You can drop it. With all its might. And last, the brown leaf joined the bunch. Drop the brown one. Let it drop. There you go. And now everybody jump and stomp. Jump and stomp on all those leaves. I stomped that leaf to hear it crunch. Okay, thank you guys. Would you hand me a...
He's got them. Did they get it?
No, it's right here.
Sure?
Yeah, it's
Do you
here.
have the other one though?
Do you have another? Do you have another?
No.
Thank you. Good eyes, Mom. Thank you for the leaves. Who else wants to try it? Yeah. Do you guys want to sit down and let's have some other kids come up?
No.
No, you guys sit down. Come on, sweetheart. Do you want to drop a leaf? Come on up. You need to have a seat. Come here, sweetie pie. You turn around and have a green leaf, and you need a yellow leaf. Sit down. Anybody else want to give it a try? Would you like to? You want to come up? Okay, you have the brown one. Okay.
I want that.
You want that one? Okay, turn around.
I
Oh, you want him to have the brown one. Do you want to do it again? Okay, come on up. Here, you have the red one. One more person. Anybody else want to do it again? Would you like to, Asher? It's okay. You don't have to, Asher. Do you want to do it one more time? Okay, come stand right here. Come here, Pumpkin. I need the red guy right here. There you go. Okay, ready? Now hold your leaf up as high as you can, and when I say your color, you drop it, okay? 5 leaves hanging from a tree. One will fall last. Which will it be? Red fell first. Drop your leaf. Red fell first, spinning to the ground. Yellow fell fast. Drop your leaf. Zigzagging down, green fell next. Do you want to pick your leaf up and throw it in the air? Give it a toss. Can you throw it up? That's good. Can you throw your leaf up like that? Here you go. Ready, set, woo! Throw it. Ready, set, throw. Okay, ready? Now open your hand and let it drop. That's it. Good for you. Okay. Orange twirl. Let's see yours twirl. Throw your leaf up in the air. That's a boy. Good. And last, the brown leaf. Good job. Yours even came backward. Okay. And now stomp on all of them. Stomp, jump, jump, jump. There you go. Okay. Thanks, kids. You want to hand me your leaf? Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Okay. Thanks, sweetie pie. Did I get them all? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I did get them all. Thank you. Okay. Now, let's read about more nuts that come with leaves. Everybody want to come back and sit right down in front? Come on back. Sit down, cross those legs, put your hands in your lap. Everybody sit down so people can see behind you. Okay, are you ready? Hi, bud. Come on, sit. Okay. See that squirrel in our tree? I think he'd rather live with me. Would a squirrel want to live in the house? You have to sit down, sweetheart, because the kids behind you can't see. Thank you. I'll wait a while. He could be shy, or maybe he likes it way up high. Do you think a squirrel wants to live in a house with a little person? No, I don't think so either. Look, here he comes, trying to hide. He can't wait to get inside. See that squirrel peeking around the flowers? Whoever's talking thinks he wants to come in, but we know he'd rather be outside, don't we? He's in the flowers. He's really bad. He's digging up bulbs. My mom is mad. Yes, they do. There he goes, up the bricks on his claws. He steals seeds and eats with his paws. Now he's taken the bird seed out of the bird feeder. Oh, no. Nobody likes it when the squirrels do that. Walking on tiptoe, tail held high, he brushes my plants as he zips on by. There he goes with that big tail. In our window box watching us eat, he sits on the flowers and begs for a treat. Whoever's telling this story thinks that little squirrel wants to eat his supper with him. I opened my window for some fresh air, but I forgot the screen had a tear. Uh-oh, is the squirrel gonna come in the screen? Let's see. When I came back, guess what I found? That squirrel was there looking around. Uh-oh, the squirrel got in the house. Oh no, now what'll we do? So I got some nuts, I ran out the door, tapped one on the sidewalk, and left a few more. See, he left some nuts outside. What do we know squirrels love to eat? Nuts. Do you think that squirrel will go back outside? Let's see. Nuts to you, I shouted as loud as I could. That squirrel peeked out. I knew he would. So he's noticing the nuts out on the sidewalk. Let's see if he finds them. He looked to the left, he looked to the right, he round down the bricks and took a big bite. Hi, cutie. So the little person got the squirrel to run out of the house. He ate all those nuts and then scampered away, but he'll get hungry again someday. I bet he'll come back, don't you think? I'll keep nuts in my pockets, 1 or 2, and when I see him, I'll say, nuts to you. And that's called squirrel talk. Oh, there's the little squirrel. See him peeking out with just one eye? This is called Nuts to You by Lois Ellert. Okay, now I have a song for you. Let's see what time it is. About a squirrel. Can you put your fingers up like a little squirrel does? Now you're gonna have to wiggle your bottom because pretend like you have a tail. Can you wiggle your bottom? Okay. Gray squirrel, swish your bushy tail. Gray squirrel, swish your bushy tail. Wrinkle up your funny nose, hold a nut between your toes. Gray squirrel, swish your bushy tail. Can you do that again? This time, can you wrinkle your nose like a little squirrel? There, you can. All right, ready? Gray squirrel, swish your bushy tail. Gray squirrel, swish your bushy tail. Wrinkle up your funny nose, hold a nut between your toes. Gray squirrel, swish your bushy tail. Very good, very good. Let's do a countdown to fall. When the leaves start to turn colors, we know fall's coming. It's getting a little bit cooler out. So this one you're going to have to help me count. Are you ready? Who's that in the first page?
A raccoon.
A raccoon, you're right. And here's some children and their puppy dog. So let's see what they find. 10 sweet gum leaves, orange, purple, and red, look like bright colored stars as they fall on the earth's bed. You want to help me count them? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Okay, 10 sweet gum leaves. 9 dogwood leaves, bright shining scarlet, drifting down, down, down like the tail of a comet. So let's count 9 of these guys. Ready? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. And do you see the pictures around the edge? Dogwood trees have these kind of leaves and those beautiful flowers. Aren't they pretty? And who's in the tree? What's that animal? Anybody know? A possum. 8 beech tree leaves like yellow cat's eyes float gently down through the autumn skies. You want to help me count? 1, 2, 3. They can't see when you stand up. You have to sit down, sweetheart. That's a boy. Ready? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. My goodness, you guys are good counters. All right. Oh, who do we have here? Squirrels. 7 pine cones and needles too pile on the ground for squirrels to chew. This squirrel likes pine cones. Shall we count 7 of them? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. These gray squirrels have bushy tails, don't they? Okay, now who's that? A bear. In a linden tree, 6 linden leaves in valentine shapes reflect golden sun in autumn's landscape. Let's count. Let's start 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Oh, you're good. You guys are good counters. Now who's with us? What animal do we have in this picture? A turtle. You're right. And this... What's that? Yeah, we have more than a turtle, don't we? There's a big turtle. What do you see? 5 prickly cases with nuts brown and hard. Pull leaves along with them or they thump in the yard. So Here we have nuts, and these nuts have funny fuzzy covers on them. Should we count them? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 7, 8. There are 8 there, aren't there? Now we have 4 craggy oak leaves, yellow, golden, brown, tumble with the acorns that wear rough, shaggy crowns. So let's count the leaves. 1, 2, 3, 4. And what's the animal with us here?
Squirrel.
It's a kind of squirrel. Anybody know what we call that squirrel?
Chipmunk.
Chipmunk. That's right, chipmunk. Oh, look at these. What bird is that? An owl. Do we have it here? There's an owl right there. See him? And up by the front, when you walk in, there's one that looks just like this. Come on, sweetheart. Do you want to point at something? What does an owl say? Do you know what an owl says? He's happy. Okay, you want to sit down, please?
Yeah.
Okay, thank you. 3 painted maple leaves, yellow, orange, and red, bring helicopters with them as they twirl. Now, I see a lot more than 3 maple leaves there, don't you? Let's count whirligigs, shall we? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Now we have birch, and the famous thing about birch trees, see how pretty and white their bark is? The Indians used to make canoes from that pretty white birch. Isn't that a pretty tree?
That's a deer.
And that's a deer, you're right. Oval yellow birch leaves drop 2 by 2 by 2. Natives used birch bark to build their canoes. That's a really peaceful, pretty picture, isn't it? Wouldn't you love to be in that canoe, floating down that river? And oh my goodness, what's that animal? That is the beaver. Yep. And you know what? Yeah. What?
Grandma has a tree, a little small tree by her house, and around a little cabin around the tree, so no beaver or no deer or no rabbit eat it.
Oh, she put a fence around the tree so nothing could eat it? Good for her. You know, we have lots of beavers at the Grimes farm, and when we go for a walk, there are lots of trees that have teeth marks in them from lots and lots of beaver who live at the Grimes farm. This is a place they love to live. So this says, 1 quaking aspen leaf, yellow as butter, twists in the breeze as it shimmers and flutters. Yeah, there are 2, aren't there? You're right. Whoever wrote this book didn't count very well, did they? So we have lots of beaver at the Grimes farm, but we don't have aspen trees. They don't grow here very well. Needles and nuts and pods and seeds collect on the ground with cones and leaves. Look at all the things who love all the stuff that comes out of trees. All those animals love the leaves. Oh, and look, who do we have here?
A bunny.
A bunny, and what's this?
A hummingbird. There's a hummingbird up there.
You know what? It's just like that, but it's not a hummingbird. It is a red-bellied woodpecker. Now, if you saw that woodpecker, would you call it a red-bellied woodpecker? We are running into all kinds of crazy things today. Sit down, sweetheart. You're a good counter. Okay, we are out of time for reading, and it's time for us to go for a walk. And guess what special thing we get to do today? Today is the first day that Nature Story Hour is going to go to the Nature Playscape.
That is really cool.
Yeah, have you seen it?
It's on the way up here.
I haven't been there yet, but I heard that the spider web is there.
And the musical.
Yes. So do you want to climb on a spider web? What do you think? I don't know. You're looking at me like I'm crazy. We're going to go climb on a spider web.